Alperen Sengun is quietly producing the sort of numbers that make him look like a future all-star. At 21 years old, Sengun looks like he could have the potential to be something special. With an expert skill set, one former superstar center thinks Sengun could even get to MVP level. So let's take a look at how Alperen Sengun got to the NBA, his potential for the future, as well as the incredible impact he is already having on the Houston Rockets. How did Alperen Sengun get to the NBA? Before we take a look at the star he is turning into today, we should take a look at the slightly unusual route that Sengun took to even get to the league. Born in Giresun, Turkey, to parents who wanted him to be a swimmer, it was never going to be a simple path for Sengun. Sengun began playing youth basketball aged just 10 years old. He became a very exciting prospect coming out of Turkey, having been named Turkish Youth League's MVP. He made his professional debut aged just 16, the same time when some of his future teammates were barely even considering college. He was thrown into the deep end, playing against guys in the Turkish Super League who were twice his age. It was a sink or swim sort of move for a teenager, but Sengun played excellently well, rewarded with a 3-year contract with massive Turkish side Beşiktaş. His single season with the Turkish side was brilliant. Sengun averaged 19.2 points, 9.4 rebounds, and 1.7 blocks in the Basketball Super League. In fact, he was so good that the youngster was named the MVP of the BSL and declared for the NBA draft. What impressed NBA teams was the fact that Sengun's skill set looked extremely advanced for a guy who hadn't even turned 19 when the 2021 NBA draft came along. Sengun looked like he had the efficient scoring and reliable rebounding you would want from your center, along with some exciting handles and crisp passing. Is he the baby Jokic? The concerns around Sengun was simple. One of the reasons he slipped from a likely top 10 pick to 16th was how likely it was that his skill set would transition to the NBA. The potential was there, but Sengun was never a certainty. Over the last few years, we have seen Sengun turn into something special, but also something recognizable. Having been drafted by the lowly Houston Rockets, Sengun has certainly gotten the opportunities to show off his skills. Having originally come off the bench in his rookie season, Sengun has been the Rockets' starting center for the last 2 seasons. In that time, he has shown his ability to score efficiently and collect rebounds with ease. There were original concerns that Sengun was not bulky enough for the league, but Sengun helps to get around this with a versatile low game. His spins and fast steps are too much for a lot of the league's best centers. His agility also makes him incredibly dangerous in the pick and roll. Sengun can cut to the rim faster than almost any center in the league, and it makes him so difficult to guard. One of the areas of his game that makes Sengun a modern center is his playmaking. Sengun is such a great tool in the pick and roll because he can also be the distributor. All of those attributes mean that Sengun is getting some pretty favorable comparisons to another European center. When it comes to comparisons, being called the mini version of anyone doesn't sound great. But the Rockets will like the fact that their center is being directly compared to the reigning champion and finals MVP, Nikola Jokic. And it is not just fans who are making the comparison. NBA big man spokesperson Shaquille O'Neal seemed to suggest that Sengun is a mini version of Jokic. Even Sengun's own head coach, Ime Udoka, said that his center is a mini version of Jokic as well. You can see the similarities, not just because the two of them are both European centers in the NBA. Jokic elevated himself to a 2-time MVP and NBA champion by being an unstoppable force in the paint, hitting shots from all over the court and having passing better than almost any big man in league history. Sengun might not have the shooting range of the Nuggets superstar, but he is just as agile as Jokic. Sengun has shown some impressive passing, currently 3rd in his position for assist. Behind only Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, shows that Sengun is able to find his teammates in the paint and the pick and roll. There are still a few areas where Sengun is lacking compared to Nikola Jokic. For one thing, Sengun is not quite as reliable on defense. His 0.7 blocks per game this season shows that Sengun needs to be a more dominant force in the paint. He cannot quite compare to what Jokic can do at his best. But at 21 years old, No one is saying that Şengün is the finished product. The improvements he has already made over the last couple of years has shown that the Rockets center still has more to give. So, what is Şengün's potential? Young players almost always take a few years before they really get going in the NBA. That was always going to be the case for Şengün, considering he was just 18 when he was drafted and had little experience. The potential for the Turkish center is incredibly high. The last 3 MVP titles have been won by centers, and so you can see the position is dominating the league at the moment. The similarities to Jokic show that Şengün definitely has all-star potential. His freestyle scoring means Şengün can be a 25-point per game scorer at least. He has improved his scoring consistently over the last few years. There is no doubt that Şengün can be one of the best scoring centers in the league, and those sort of numbers will make you an all-star. The exciting thing about Şengün is that he can also improve in other areas. His passing is already pretty good, and we have seen similar players improve on their passing throughout their careers. Şengün could be a consistent triple-double threat as long as his teammates can keep on hitting down shots. With all of that technical ability, Şengün could certainly be one of the best players in the league. He has the potential to be all-star level, as well as even possibly making it onto an all-NBA team. The thing that makes Şengün so exciting is how young he came into the league. He is still going to be only 21 years old when this season ends. Yet he has 3 years of experience in the league and is already looking like a brilliant prospect in his position. The ceiling is incredibly high for Şengün, and that should make Rockets fans excited. There are some Houston fans who will have some worries about parts of his game. Şengün is not the most consistent defender, but he is impressing this season. Despite being on a pretty terrible team, the Rockets center has a better defensive rating than Jaren Jackson, Bam Adebayo, and Miles Turner. So Şengün will certainly never be a liability on defense. He has all of the abilities to be one of the best centers in the league. For Houston fans, they have got to be incredibly excited. When James Harden left the team in 2021, it was clear to everyone that the team needed a big rebuild. It has been a tough few years for the Rockets, averaging 20 wins across all of the last 3 seasons. Today, the Rockets already have more wins halfway through the season than they have gotten in 2 of the last 3 seasons. Şengün is developing at the same time that the Rockets are seeing Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, and Cam Whitmore impressing. The Rockets seem to have done a pretty good job with their drafting over recent years, and they have positioned themselves in a pretty impressive spot. Houston are moving in the right direction. Şengün can help bring Houston that way. He has the ability to win games on his own and match up pretty well against any center in the NBA. The exciting thing for the Rockets is that they are looking like an incredible, exciting place for free agents to head up to in the next few years. Whether Şengün has the potential to be the best player on a title-winning roster is yet to be seen. But he is the corner piece of a brilliant-looking young Rockets core who could become a perennial playoff team. How high do you think Alperen Sengun's potential is? Why not put your thoughts in the comments down below? While you're down there, hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.